I dated a narcissist. Red flags I never saw coming. I thought I was falling in love, but I was actually falling into a trap. The red flags were hidden so well. Okay, I'm going to talk about something that still gives me chills sometimes. If you've ever been in a relationship where you just knew something was off, but couldn't quite explain why, or if you've ever wondered whether you might have been with a narcissist, this is for you. I want to talk about all the red flags I didn't even realize I should be watching for. It all started with what I later learned is called love bombing. That term makes so much sense now. At first, it was like something straight out of a movie. He was charming and attentive, more than anyone I'd ever dated before. Looking back, I can see it was far too much, but back then, within days, he was telling me I was his soulmate, the one he'd been searching for his whole life. He showered me with compliments, gifts, constant messages, and calls. It felt amazing. Who wouldn't want to feel that adored? But here's the thing. When something feels that perfect, that fast, it's often not real. That's love bombing, one of the most common tactics used by narcissists. They build up an intense, almost addictive connection so quickly that you don't get a chance to see who they really are before you're already invested. I brushed off the intensity. My friends even commented, "Wow, he's really into you." I'd just smile and think, yeah, he really gets me. Looking back, that should have been red flag number one. The sheer, overwhelming speed and intensity designed to sweep me off my feet before I could think clearly. Then came the subtle shifts. He'd casually suggest I shouldn't spend time with certain friends. He'd say they were jealous of our connection, or they don't really understand us. Or, why do you need to go out tonight? We could just have a cozy night in. It was always framed as being for us, for our special connection. This is how narcissists isolate you. They chip away at your support system little by little. Before you know it, you're relying on them more and more, and you start to believe they're the only person who truly has your best interests at heart. I was naive and caught up in the fantasy, so I thought he was just being protective and loving. I started declining invitations, seeing my friends less often. It felt like a small price to pay for this incredible love. The control wasn't just about who I saw. It showed up in little things too. He'd borrow money and then act like I was being difficult if I asked when he might pay it back. He'd gently criticize my appearance, my choices, clothes, career plans, always with a smile, like he was just trying to help me be better. Has anyone else experienced this? That feeling of being subtly manipulated? Let me know in the comments if you've seen these signs before. I really want to hear your stories. But the most harmful tactic of all was gaslighting. This is when someone makes you question your own reality. I'd remember something clearly, and he'd deny it ever happened, or twist the story so completely that I ended up apologizing for his actions. Here's an example. I'd confront him about something he'd said, and he'd look me straight in the eye and say, "I never said that. You must be remembering it wrong. Are you feeling okay? You've been under a lot of stress lately." It's designed to make you doubt your memory, your judgment, even your sanity. It's terrifying. I started walking on eggshells, constantly second-guessing myself. Was that argument really my fault? Did I really misunderstand him? Did I imagine that hurtful comment? Another huge sign I missed was the complete lack of empathy. He could talk about people's misfortunes, even people he knew, with a chilling detachment. Everything was about him, his needs, his feelings, his problems. If I was hurting, he'd either turn it into something about himself or offer words that felt completely hollow. And the grandiosity. He had an inflated sense of self-importance. He believed he was special, destined for greatness, and deserved special treatment. He'd brag often, sometimes exaggerating his accomplishments, and expected constant admiration. It was exhausting trying to keep up with his ego. I remember thinking, he's just confident. Confidence is great, but this was something else entirely. It was a fragile ego hidden behind extreme arrogance. Any criticism, no matter how gentle, was met with defensiveness or anger. So, what was the wake-up call? Honestly, it wasn't one big, dramatic moment. It was a slow, dawning realization, the accumulation of all those little things, the constant anxiety, the feeling of being drained. I wasn't happy anymore. I was just surviving. I started journaling, and reading back through my entries was like looking at a different person, someone confused, unhappy, and scared. The contrast between the initial perfect phase and the reality I was living was stark. That's when all the red flags I'd missed started to stand out clearly. It took a lot of courage and the support of the few friends I hadn't pushed away to finally see things for what they were and to leave. It wasn't easy, and I'm still healing. If any of this resonates with you, please know you're not alone. This happens to men as well as women. Recognizing these patterns is the first step. What are some red flags you learned to spot the hard way? Share your experiences in the comments. Let's support each other. Your story might help someone else recognize what they're going through. If you found this helpful or even just felt validated by it, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people who might need to hear this message. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Remember, you deserve healthy, respectful relationships. Don't ignore those red flags. Trust your instincts. If you want more content on navigating relationships, personal growth, and spotting toxic patterns, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you then.